Hey everyone, it is Rylan. It is June 10th, 2017 at 11 a.m. and today is 100 days clean of self-harm. As you can see, this is a new location. I'm sitting on my roof in Brooklyn, and I thought what a beautiful day to sit outside because it's a beautiful day in general. So I want to first of all say, trigger warning, this has to do with self-harm, this has to do with cutting. If you're still struggling with this, if this could be triggering for you, please don't watch, because I am going to be completely raw and honest, and it might be difficult to listen to, because I might go into graphic detail. So just, if that's an issue for you, I will give you time to click off. Okay, so I wanted to make this video because I asked myself the other day, why did you self-harm? And I wanted to make a video about this because I'm sure people that know me, like my family and friends that have been reading my blog posts and maybe watching some of the videos that I decided to post online, were like, why did he do this? Like, he seemed like such a good kid. What the fuck happened? And I want to do this for people that don't know me, that are trying to understand why someone would hurt themselves. Because we do everything to not feel physical pain. You know what I mean? Like, and to think that someone would inflict physical pain, I think, is a concept that a lot of people don't understand, but a lot of people self-harm whether or not you know it. Some people just aren't as vocal about it as I am, you know? So yeah, I asked myself, why did you self-harm? And I thought, why not ponder this in front of a camera and try and, you know, have others understand. So for starters, I think it says a lot when someone is going through enough emotional pain that they're going to take it out on themselves physically. I cut for 3 months. It's probably the darkest 3 months of my life, even probably darker than after my mom died. It was different from when I was sexually assaulted. That lasted for like a year. That was just a horrible time too. But this was a different kind of darkness. This was a different kind of sadness. And I also have borderline personality disorder, where one of the symptoms is self-harm, and things of that nature. So I think I had a lot of things counting against me that this would eventually be the way that I would try and deal with things. But you know, I don't know. I think the long and short of it is I still don't know why that was my coping mechanism. It was really bad when it was happening. I was cutting almost every single day for a 3-month period. I remember usually I would count how many cuts I would have, and I remember one time I cut myself 30 times one night, and my pattern was I would drink myself, just, you know, silly, and then I would start to dissociate, and then I would self-harm. And a lot of the times when I was cutting myself, I wasn't in my body, and my therapist and I think that that was a way of trying to bring myself into the present moment by feeling something and like almost grounding myself, but in a very self-destructive way. You know, you can take cold showers. I know to take cold showers now, and to watch movies, and to have tactile things instead of self-harming. But I think it was just I was going through so much pain, and I couldn't think of a better way to deal with things. Because now this is an honest thing, when I would like hurt myself and then see blood, that was a reminder that I was here and that I was alive. And I'll be honest, like, because I was so drunk and so dissociated, like, sometimes it hurt, you know, usually in the beginning it would hurt, but then I wouldn't feel anything. It would just be autopilot. But honestly, like, at this point, paper cuts hurt more than it did when I was hurting myself. Hitting my elbow on a wall hurts more than it did when I was literally taking an X-Acto knife to my skin every single night. But that's just to show you, you know, how deep in I was and how sick I really was. So I've been in therapy since January. I started cutting in December. Like I said, it was December 8th. And I think that has a large part to do with why I'm not cutting anymore. It was just kind of like one day I stopped. I was sick of the same pattern. I was sick of waking up every morning and not remembering the damage that I did to my body and having to take off a bandage on my arm and see what I had done the night before that I didn't remember. Whew. So I'm glad I don't do that anymore, because that wasn't fun. And I remember, getting up in the morning and having to rinse the dry blood off of my wrist and take a shower, and how much that would burn and how much that would hurt more than when I hurt myself the night before. So some of you might be wondering, maybe not, but I'll just talk about it anyway, is do I have scars? And the answer is yes. I have some pretty bad scars on my left forearm, and I have some even more scars on my right thigh. And I wrote a blog post about it because I counted. I have 56 scars on my body that are plain as day visible. And I think the reason that I have these scars on my forearm and not my wrist, because that's normally where I would hurt myself, is because I was so out of my body and I wasn't getting the relief that I needed. Is on these parts, the more fleshy parts of my body, I wasn't able to feel that release that I needed to do. So unfortunately, I would cut more and more and harder as a way to bring myself back, and it didn't work. And unfortunately, I'm left with these scars for the rest of my life. And sometimes it's a tough reminder, but also it's not a good reminder, but it reminds me that I'm getting better and that I was in a horrible place and I'm not there anymore. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. Things aren't like lollipops and sunshine. I'm still really fucking struggling with shit, but that's just, I've learned different ways to cope with stuff. So yeah, it's difficult to pin down the exact reason why I started hurting myself. I mean, I'm dealing with a lot. I'm dealing with my mom's death still, even 3 years later. I was just diagnosed with something called complex grief, which basically means the grieving that you have done has kind of exceeded what's normal as grieving, that you're still kind of in denial and a whole bunch of shit. I'm dealing with my sexual assault. There is some trauma from childhood that we're starting to uncover. And I have 11 mental illnesses. So I am struggling a bit. So it's hard to know which horrible thing happened to me that made me do this. But I'm glad I don't anymore. And I understand recovery is a process. I'm not saying I'll never cut again. I'm not going to lie and say that I haven't thought about it. I've had really bad nights where I've been very close to self-harming, but personally what's kept me clean is keeping myself accountable for my therapists. I don't want to have to walk into therapy because I go 3 times a week and have to tell my therapist that I self-harmed, because to me it's embarrassing, and I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to feel that regret and sadness of, oh shit, I did this again, because I was in so deep that I thought, this is how I'm going to deal with things forever. I'm going to get drunk every night. I'm going to dissociate. I'm going to cut myself. This is how you deal with things. This is what feels good. And I got used to saying, okay, get comfortable. But now that's not the case anymore. I still deal with things in a not so healthy way, but I'm not causing myself physical pain anymore. I still drink, unfortunately, which is a really bad habit, obviously, to have, but baby steps. I'll get better when it comes to the drinking, but the immediate danger of something that is potentially life-threatening, if I were to hit a vein or something, is gone for now, and I'm really proud of that. Because it's been hard. So I don't know if this brought any where's the mouse? I don't know if this brought any clarity to anyone, but I just really wanted to make it, especially for the people that knew me, and show you that I don't know what I'm trying to show people. I'm not trying to say cutting is normal, but I just wanted to uncover some of the mystery that surrounds something that is so confusing to some people, because even as a cutter, like I said, I still don't really understand it. But like I said, I think you just have to be in a lot of pain to take it out on yourself. So I hope this video helped at least one person, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.